city and the city council, the mayor and the city council, gave us the approval to use the 4 acres that are facing you right now behind me. To say that we've made a physical improvement is an understatement. It used to be the old dog park in Newtown Park. So no matter what we did, it was an improvement. However, almost immediately upon fundraising for this, we had a groundswell from the general public. We have, as a total, a little close to 900 engraved pavers. So the public put some skin in the game. We owe a great deal of debt to a couple of major sponsors, and I've been told not to mention names, etc., but my feeling is they can't really do much about that. They can't send me back to Vietnam because I sort of liked Vietnam. So I'm going to concrete, we now know as the walk. Contributions continue to come from the general public through paver donations. And then all of a sudden, we had John and Corey Davenport step up, and they sponsored the main entrance plaza that you're looking at right now, as well as the Vietnam Monument Plaza and a bench. Almost immediately, and I mean this, about 4 weeks later, we found sponsors for 5 of the monument plazas. And the groundswell of contributions continued coming in for paver donations. I get to close the ceremony with some remarks, and I'll talk about the monument at that time. We have a lot of folks here. If I even tried to remember all of the people I should, I'd fail. I just simply would. I want to point out that the Knights of Columbus, specifically the 4th degree Knights of Columbus of St. Bridget Catholic Church, donated and built with their own hands the 25 by 25 foot gazebo over there. Very grateful, as well as the other 77 members of the Johns Creek Veterans Association. So that probably eats up about 3 of my 4 minutes. My wife surprised me. I have my son. Sorry about that. My son flew down from the Naval War College today, where he teaches, Colonel Chris Kidd. And if you don't think I'm competitive, he's got 3 combat tours. I only have 2, and it really ticks me off. It just does. So we'll get on with the ceremony. You'll hear, unfortunately or fortunately for me, at the conclusion. Now I'm going to introduce the youngest honorary member of the Johns Creek Veterans Association, and that is Sabrina Ivalles. And John Tempe, one of our oldest World War II veterans, and they will now lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. Please remain standing because we're going to have the choir perform the Star-Spangled Banner. And then please remember to continue standing because then we have the invocation. You see, it never stops. John, Sabrina.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
The choir, please. Christian school with us today for 2 songs. The first being, obviously, the Star-Spangled Banner.
Present, school!
Veterans Association is very fortunate to have Mark Beatty, who is the associate pastor at Prince of Peace Lutheran Church, as our chaplain. And Mark now will give the invocation.
As brothers and sisters gathered together from 잔스크릭 and from across the world, let us join our hearts and minds together in prayer. Most holy God, we give you thanks first and foremost for giving us the breath of life on this day. And we ask your blessing, your most holy blessing, on this dedication of the 잔스크릭 Veterans Memorial Walk. Lord God, you know only too well that one of our greatest abilities as human beings is the ability to forget. We forget you day to day. We forget the gift of life that you have given us and how precious it is. We forget your love and your presence with us. May we remember the men and women who are much more than just that. They are brothers and sisters. They are fathers and mothers, sons and daughters, family connected together with us and us with them. So
And now it's my privilege and honor to introduce the mayor of a very, very special city, 잔스크릭, Mike Bakker.
Wayne, let me start off with saying thank you. Without you and your great team, we wouldn't be here today.
First, I'd like to, and please, if you can, hold your applause to the end. First, I would like to welcome publicly the Consul General from Korea, Kim Song-jin. Welcome. We also have the Consul General from Taiwan, Stephen Tai. We have our congressman from the congressional district that here that 잔스크릭 is in, Congressman Tom Price. We have State Senator John Albers. State Representative Wendell Willard. State Representative Chuck Martin. State Representative Lynn Riley. Fulton County School Board members Linda McCain and Katie Reeves. Fulton County School Superintendent Rob Anderson and Perimeter School Headmaster Bobby Scott. Milton Mayor Joe Lockwood. Alpharetta Mayor David Bellisle. Roswell Mayor Jerry Wood. Mountain Park Mayor Jim Still. Sandy Springs Mayor Rusty Paul. We also have our 잔스크릭 Chamber of Commerce President John Beaumont. And now it's my proud honor to introduce our 잔스크릭 City Council, starting with our 잔스크릭 Mayor Pro Tem Kelly Stewart, our 잔스크릭 Council Post Lenny Zaprowski, 잔skrik's Council Post 2 Brad Raffensperger, 잔skrik's Council Post 3 Corey Davenport, 잔skrik's Council Post 4 Bob Gray, endured, obstacles overcome, and lives sacrificed on our behalf. This beautiful 잔skrikk Memorial Walk serves as an active tribute to the military men and women who serve with courage and dedication. Those who wear the uniform of our vaulted military, Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, Coast Guard, whether active duty, reserve, or National Guard. They all take an oath to protect us. It is our gift to our nation and its people, and we would be remiss if we did not show it due respect. Though we pause briefly today for a moment of silence and a prayer lifted to heaven, we ought always be mindful of what is asked of our young men and women and the debt we owe them. They die that a nation may stay strong and fulfill the promise of the first generation of patriots. They give up their own freedom that we might have ours. They put their lives on hold that ours might continue. They endure every blow of elements so that we can live in comfort. They surrender their very lives that we might live. As always, our country faces great challenges across the globe. Some challenges can be met with negotiation, others with treaties of friendship and common interest, still others with the tools of economics. But underlying all that is the understanding that when all else fails, American might lies ready and capable of protecting our nation's interest. And what makes up American might? Flesh and blood and courage, and especially devotion. Let us always, constantly with a grateful heart, remember that. This lovely Veterans Memorial Walk now graces our Newtown Park, gives us a place where we can come as individuals, as couples, and as a community to remember. It is one way, perhaps the only way, we can repay the debt we owe. We also owe a debt to three men who helped turn this memorial walk from a vision to a reality over these past 2 years. These veterans are Jerry Lewis, Robbie Newton, and Wayne Kidd. They worked tirelessly, and this, their legacy, will benefit Johns Creek for years to come. Thank you, gentlemen, for your hard work and dedication. And now it's my pleasure to introduce a man who always has been a friend to veterans, Congressman Tom Price. Recently supported a bipartisan agreement to expand veterans' access to health care choices, and he has backed funding to help secure America as an unmatched military force. Tom Price was first elected to Congress in November 2004, and prior to going to Washington, he served 4 terms in the Georgia State Senate, 2 as minority whip. In 2002, he became the first Republican Senate Majority Leader in the history of Georgia. As an orthopedic surgeon, Congressman Price has served at Emory University School of Medicine as the Assistant Professor of Medical Doctor of the Orthopedic Clinic at Grady Memorial Hospital in Atlanta. Ladies and gentlemen, the newly re-elected Congressman Tom Price.
Some words of remembrance and honor to our veterans. I do want to point out, however, that the mayor was in charge of the weather today and did a pretty good job. So, but thanks to the mayor, thanks to the city council. The city council didn't stand up. They ought to stand up. This doesn't happen in every community. You ought to have your city council stand up and give them a round of applause. I want to thank the mayor, thank the city council, thank the individuals responsible for this remarkable memorial walk. Thanks to the citizens for the tremendous work that each and every one of you do every single day on behalf of our community, and especially in this instance on behalf of our veterans. Next Tuesday, Veterans Day, we will pause to remember and to honor and to thank America's veterans and their families. How many veterans do you think there are in the state of Georgia? A little over 750,000. As the pastor said, moms and dads and sons and daughters and brothers and sisters and grandmoms and granddads. All of them we owe a huge, huge debt. Our blessing and their work that have allowed us to live in the greatest nation in the history of the world. Sweden and in Thailand and in the Russian Federation. He's also served in many spots in the United States, in Washington, D.C., and in Boston and Los Angeles, but he's finally found himself in God's country right here in Georgia. The office in the consulate in Atlanta serves the southeastern United States. It also serves Puerto Rico and the U.S. Virgin Islands. There are about 200,000, over 200,000 Korean Americans living in the southeastern area of the United States. There are over 120 Korean companies that domicile in this area. The one that we know best recently is that of Kia Motors. And I'm so pleased to announce that the Consul General, the Consulate, has actually sponsored the Korean War Monument at this memorial walk. So please join me in a great Johns Creek welcome to the Consul General Kim from the Republic of Korea.
Thank you, Congressman Tom Price, for your kind introduction. Maybe I'm very honored to meet you. This is my first official event with the American public. I've been in the States for some years, maybe 9 years, 10 years. Then I served in Africa, home of Dr. Schweitzer, you know, the Gabon. They speak French, so I lost many American accent. So if you don't understand, maybe I need some catch up. Honorable Congressman Tom Price, Honorable Mayor Mike Bodker, veterans, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. This is a very wonderful day. I am truly excited and honored to celebrate with you today the dedication of the 잔스크릭시 Veterans Memorial Walk. I thank the 잔스크릭 Veterans Association and the City of 잔스크릭 and the City Council members for coordinating this wonderful event. I'm getting old, I'm losing sight, so give me a little second. Maybe some of you agree with me. In particular, I thank Mr. Wayne Kidd, President of the 잔스크릭 Veterans Association, for his leadership. Last but not least, I thank and pay high tribute to the veterans and their families for their gracious presence today. This dedication and flag-raising ceremony serve to highlight all that the U.S. Armed Forces has meant to the American people and people throughout the world, including Korean people. The 10 monuments inside the Veterans Memorial Walk are an eternal remembrance of the service and sacrifice of the men and women who fought in each military engagement over the time and at the different places. Equal in size and grandeur, these monuments are a gesture of appreciation from the community of 잔스크릭 for the heroes who served the great American cause. Dear veterans and ladies and gentlemen, more than 60 years ago in Korea, young American and women soldiers fought for a land, for a people they did not meet or they did not know. They fought for the noble ideas we all cherish today. That is freedom and democracy. It is estimated that 75,000 Georgians served during the Korean War. Sadly, 757 Georgians couldn't return home. Of these, 80 men and women were from this beautiful Fulton County. As Consul General of the Republic of Korea, I would like to tell you what the men and women who fought during the Korean War mean to me and to the Korean people. The Korean War is often called the Forgotten War. But I can assure you that the Korean people have not forgotten you at any moment. That's why my government made a very modest donation to the creation of this memorial wall. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks to the sacrifices of our American heroes, I'm happy to report you that Korea has become a new nation that has made a successful transformation in politics, economy, and culture in every arena over the past 6 decades. Korea now has the 14th largest economy in the world, has a very dynamic economy and diverse culture, and is also highly developed in information technology. The well-known Samsung and LG are the Korean companies, which has introduced the new ultra-modern technology every 3 months. I'm not bragging, this is true. As you know well, the United States and Korea have maintained the staunch military alliance, the only one in the world, in the modern history, if you like, which was forged in blood on the battleground. In 2012, our two countries entered into the US-Korea Free Trade Agreement, further strengthening our economic and trade bonds. Now I declare that our alliance is a full-fledged partnership. Again, the alliance between our two great nations has been strong for the past 6 decades and will continue to flourish in many years to come. This is too long enough for you, right? So I think I have 2 more pages. So be a little patient, please. Dear veterans, ladies and gentlemen, Georgia is now a second home to some 100,000 Korean Americans, and also second home to 44 Korean companies who have recently invested in a very large scale and created thousands of jobs for Georgians. I visited the huge Kia factory in West Point a week ago. This one company alone invested $1.1 billion so far and dramatically revived and invigorated the economy of Georgia. In conclusion, so it means I have only 1 page. I myself became a new resident of the beautiful state of Georgia 3 weeks ago, and I already feel at home thanks to the warm southern hospitality shown by the beautiful and gentle Georgians. I am truly honored and pleased to commemorate and celebrate with you today the eternal heroes of America. I salute you again, veterans and their families. God bless America. God bless Korea. Thank you very much.
U.S. Army, June 1775. U.S. Navy, October 1775. U.S. Marine Corps, November 1775. U.S. Coast Guard, August 1790. U.S. Air Force, September 1947.
Now we're going to have the choir sing America the Beautiful.
Beautiful, for spacious skies, forever
ask the choir to be the first upon the memorial, ladies and gentlemen. I've been asked to, please be seated, I'm sorry. Thought that it would be best for me to explain what you're about to see. This is not your grandfather's or your father's Veterans Memorial. We don't celebrate war here. We do honor the veterans and those still serving, because those still serving are our future veterans. I was asked to tell you why it's so special. Well, I've been fundraising for the last 16 months and I've lived this, so I'll try to be short. 99% of the veterans memorials in the United States of America are built on a quarter of an acre of land. Generally, they're in a square, they're on a road, and not very quiet. This is 4 acres, making it one of the largest in the country. It is going to be a contemplative memorial. 2015, we'll be spending approximately $100,000 to transform what you're seeing here into a park, so that it will be a veterans park within Newtown Park, the perfect venue for folks to come in and remember and honor. We've been very blessed to have the support of both the public, our local businesses, and I actually look forward to 2015 as I just re-upped for the presidency for another year, and my wife is still wondering what the hey. So without further ado, we have the school children have already gone up. Okay. Oh, here they come. So we have, through the good support and support of 3 major companies, First Watch, Fresh Market, and Kroger Supermarket. So we have an awful lot of light refreshments, please. And the reason, by the way, that the school children are going up first is the fact that, and we all remember when we were back in school, they actually have to take the buses back to school so they can be officially dismissed. Now, we're we have a special relationship with the Perimeter Christian School. They have their 20th veteran anniversary coming up on Veterans Day, Tuesday. And let me tell you how special it is. Last year, we were blessed by having the students, some of which are passing us now, fundraise for the veteran, and they gave us a check for $1,250. They have asked us again to come up, participate in their Veterans Day celebration, and they will give us another check. I don't know how much that is going to be, but Jay Varner knows. He just won't tell me. The only way I can put this to you is that this is a very, very special memorial. You'll get it as you go up and look at the 10 Veterans Monument plazas. On the floor of each plaza is approximately 250 pavers. Each plaza has 16 feet of sitting walls. And I can't thank enough to the Knights for that wonderful gazebo they built for us. Now, I'm going to get criticized about forgetting certain people and recognizing them. I have to say, I'm very impressed by the number of the Korean media who are here. So thank you very much for being here and covering this event. Barry Elson would kill me if I didn't remember that we have the alumni, members of the West Point Alumni Club. I bet they didn't even know that my son, Chris Kidd, was coming down, because I didn't know, and he's West Point class of '92. Somebody once said that, or asked me today, they said, "You didn't go to West Point?" And I then reminded them I'm a C student. C students don't go to West Point. Sorry, they just don't. Okay. One of the things that sets this memorial apart from any other memorial that I've been in, and I've been in quite a few, is the establishment of the tour guide program. We're going to start off with 10 veterans who will be trained. I handpicked them myself. I volunteered, so I'm one of them. And we will be conducting free educational guided tours along the walk. And we're going to start that in the first part of 2015. I've spoken to enough schoolmasters, principals, and teachers to know that the subjects of duty, honor, country, responsibility are not taught in schools today. Memorials in this country fall under the radar. They're not very popular except on national and military holidays. They just aren't. Maybe the possible exception, of course, are the veteran cemeteries. One of the things that the Veterans Tour Guide program is going to be all about is that we have a booklet. Every adult going on the memorial today will receive the booklet for this tour guide program. The tour guides will, of course, not mimic the words. They'll have their own speech. But we look forward to having you all, throughout the year, return. Come back. You're welcome. The Johns Creek Veterans Association remembers the support we've gotten, and we will not forget it. So I thank you all for being here today. This is it. You should be very happy. And I welcome you now onto the walk or over to Park Place if you're hungry. Again, we have 3 companies that have put a lot of food out there. So your choice. You can come up on the walk, or you can go down to Park Place, over here to Park Place, and have something to eat or drink. Again, I thank you very much. God bless America. Thank you.
이거 저기 지한군이 회장 어디 갔어? 응? 요거. 아, 봤어. 핵심. 그거까지는 안 봤어.
메뉴죠? 잔스크릭 메뉴죠?
그냥. Let's learn about it.
Right here, blue, right on here. Blue. You went there after the war was over? But really, his big one was. Okay, this is the Korean War. This is your grandfather never fought in the Korean War, but he fought at the tail end. He came at the tail end to try and do the cleanup and getting things back organized. Yeah, after the war was over, but there still needs to be work done. Get things. I'd call it the rebuilding, I guess.
I guess soon after the war.
Yeah, right after the war. Yeah, he did a little bit of cleanup and that type of stuff.
Is he from Georgia?
He's actually from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
Okay, so you moved.
Yeah. So then he fought a lot.
Oh, he did?
No more.
Do you think I can get a photo of,
Sure.
of you guys?
You see it better in the sun?
Yeah.
Oh, the window.
Jim, you and Pete, get up there. Get up there, Jim.
Oh, wait a minute. Come on over here. You're going to get it. Rodney, come on.
I hope I got it.
Can you guys, can you look here one second?
Yeah, well, everybody was fishing today, but they.
Yeah.